Hey everybody, this is Kim, and believe it or not, I am back with episode number 16 of the Crafty Nomad podcast. Thanks for joining me. Yep, so here I am a week later, and I'm already back, and I am recording on I got a new laptop, so I decided to give the webcam a try. I know it's not the best quality, but let's see how it goes. I'm probably going to be back to my camera, but I just wanted to give this a quick try today since I just got the laptop. So again, I'm Kim. I am the Crafty Nomad because I am all over the place when it comes to my crafting, and that will be evidenced in today's whips. And speaking of whips, you guys know I announced on my last podcast that I was going to do the 100-day project. And my 100 days is hashtag 100 days of whips. And so each day I am putting my hands on one of my many, many whips. And it turns out I have even more than I thought I had when I recorded. So, anyway, they are of all kinds of creativity. So I'm going to talk about my whips. I do not have any finished objects, but I'm pretty sure I'm coming in on some finishes soon. Let's realize there's a couple things that I didn't even bring over here, which I will try and grab. But so whips, stash. I have a finished objects, but they're not yarny, but they do have to do with knitting. So they count. And then I'm going to talk a little bit about what is inspiring me this week. And I'm going to pull up my little cell phone here so I can get my notes, because this time I know I said show notes were going to be at the bottom. Last time I never put them there. This time I already typed them up, so they will be there, and they will be on my Ravelry page. And speaking of Ravelry, come on over and join the Crafty Nomad podcast group. And over on Ravelry, you can also find me on Ravelry as Pettis Kim Knits, PettisKimKnits. I can also be found on, obviously, here on YouTube and Instagram as Pettis Kim. And on Elo, I'm Pettis Kim too on Elo, but I don't even know what that is. I just heard podcasters saying that they got on it, and I think it's because everybody is mad at Instagram. So I went over and got myself a little spot. I don't know. Anyway, I was just being a follower. So I'm on Elo as Pettis Kim. Let's see. Where else am I? On Facebook, I have a page for my Etsy shop, which is currently empty. Still trying to get myself together around that. And it is called Ebony Purl. And you can find me over there. My Etsy shop is also called Ebony Purl Creative Creations by Kim. And I think it's Crochet Creations by Kim. And anyway, I'll link everything eventually in the show notes. But anyway, I think that is everything. I got some whips today. And stash. Yeah, I talked about that. Okay, so the reason why I'm back already is because the sheer number of whips I have, I don't want to really have like an hour-long podcast every 2 weeks. I would rather actually have two shorter podcasts every week that's shorter. So I'm thinking that this one's going to come in under 30 minutes, but I'm chatty, so who knows? I'm probably going to find things to keep me talking anyway, but I'm going to give it a shot because I was thinking over 2 weeks' time, I would have touched, if I keep up the pace that I'm at, I would have touched 14 different whips. Takes forever to talk about. So I'm going to go ahead and try and show you what. As it is, I touched quite a few just in this week because I picked up a new one every day. So let's get started. The first whip that I want to talk about is in my my own little project bag that I made. And let's see. That's the red hot chili pepper bag. And it just has like a cream color lining. This one has in it my crochet amigurumi from amigurumitogo.com. It's a crochet teddy bear YouTube tutorial, but you can print the pattern. You can print the pattern on YouTube. I'm sorry, on amigurumitogo.com. So hopefully when this video shoots, I know this is how it works on Periscope, but when I saw that on this camera, it was backwards. And I'm hoping that when you saw it, it was not backwards. So when we last talked, I had this guy done. And I had, I think I had one ear done. And now I have another ear done. And I have his muzzle done, which is not done because I still got to put the little nose on there. But this crochet, that just has to be embroidered on. So I'm getting there. I need 2 arms and 2 legs, and I'm good on that one. So I did work on that. So that's how far I got on that. On my Fish Lips Kiss heel, my first Fish Lips Kiss heel sock. The last time you got I'm all real now. I actually have stitch markers and progress keeper. So that is where I was last time we talked. So as you can see, I am ready to turn the heel. Probably won't use this webcam that often because the colors are not good. Yeah, that's not making a difference. All right, so that is that sock. And you already got the other one done, so I'm ready to turn that second heel and I will be done with this. And I put a lot of work in on this and then the next project. Everything else, I just kind of touched it a little bit. But these I really worked on. So the last time you saw this, it was a thank you hat pattern from Purl SoHo. And I had said it was too big and I was going to frog it. So I did frog it. And I decided that what I would do is frog it and make it into the HandBrake. The HandBrake cowl. That pattern is by Kay Jones of the wonderful, wonderful Bakery Bears podcast. Probably one of the first ones I started watching when I discovered podcasts, and they're awesome. They're full of history, and she and her husband are both incredible. Both of them are knitters, and this was originally created and sold for a fundraiser for cancer research because Dan had a bout of that, and he's, thank God, healed and in remission, and thank God for that. But now I think this pattern is actually free. So I made my, I frogged, make sure I don't mess this up. I frogged the, the Purl SoHo hat, and it's made out of this big twist premium acrylic yarn in the colorway premium spring tones. And hopefully you guys can remember, and I think I may have a before and after picture that I can put up at the end, but somehow this is turned inside out. So let me turn it the right way so you can see it. And you can see I have gotten pretty far on my HandBrake. I've put a lot of work in this one. It is a very enjoyable knit and very easy. And if you are someone who doesn't knit a lot of pattern work, lace work, this is a nice little introduction to a very easy pattern to follow. Because this is mostly just knit right now. And sorry about that if you heard that sound. Um, and just a couple pearls here and there. I really, really like the pattern, and I like how it's knitting up. At first, I was worried. I thought you're not going to see the pattern because of the variegation, but you can clearly see that pattern. So the Purl SoHo thank you hat frogged, and now I'm almost finished with a handbrake. I actually used up one ball of yarn, and I've already started onto the second ball of yarn, and I think I'll have enough to finish. And then you can see one of my yarny whips, or my knitting related whips that's not yarn, is that cute little stitch marker that I made. All right, so that's that. That's being housed in I think let's see, what's this? My polka dot drawstring bag that I made with the orange polka dot lining. And again, you guys have seen this a million times. This is by the Silver Shed USA. And that's what my first fish lip kiss heel sock is in. So that's there. Okay, this back. I gotta make sure I put the pattern back because I still need to look at it. Well, let's see. I worked on the fingerless mitts, and I will link the pattern below. I didn't do a lot of work on it. I put a little stitch marker, so I just did like a couple of rows on that. So I was here, and now I'm up there. So I mean, it's very little, maybe 3 rows. And I might even rip it back because it's kind of loose right there. So I might end up ripping that back and doing it again and tightening it up. But I worked on it, so it gets to be in the rotation. And I have a cute little stitch marker that I made. Another one of my little epos. And again, that's in this bag I made from the Pink Penguin, a pattern by the Pink Penguin. So just Google that and you should be able to find it. It's listed as a lunch tote. I did work on my my purse, my fat bottom bag. Let me see. 1 second. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna lean out and grab it. So this is in another one of my drawstring. It's my zipper wedge bag, my giant one that I made with fabric that I got from downtown LA at the store called Michael Levine's. It's very big, can't even get it in frame. And it's an African print fabric, which I really liked, with this very cool yellow zipper and a yellow like Swiss dot lining. And let me see if I can get this out so you can see the work I did on this. And this is all in acrylic. And so, this is done in rounds. So I still have probably 10 rounds to go on this before I can line it. But you can see by the cupcake, that's where I was. And I just went around. And then I did 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 rounds since I last saw you guys. So that is that. Okay. And then the last, 2 more things I think for whips that I worked on. Sorry about that. Oh, in the camera, in your face. Sorry. So the flax, remember the flax? I finally frogged it. So I made so much of that sweater. But here it is. And what I've done is I've recast on, and I'm taking the easy way out. I decided that instead of trying to do a whole sweater for my son, who by the way just turned 7 years old, unbelievably. Okay, bad. I recast on for a vest, which I think I can actually pull off, but okay, this is bad. Okay, here we go. I got this thing all in here crazy. I barely have anything done But you can see I'm working on a 2x2 rib on that. And it's work from the bottom up. This is a pattern which I don't have a picture of here, but I think I'm going to try to show it to you on my phone if I can pull it up. It's called the Epsilon, and let's see if I can pull it up for you guys. Sorry, I'm not looking at the camera very well for this. See if I can pull it up where you can actually see it. It's a better picture or just the one. Okay, here we go. So if you can see that, you can see it pretty good. I'm going for the sweater vest, gang. No arms. I should be able to pull this off. So that is what I'm going for. And this is, once again, the Loops and Threads Snuggly Wuggly. It's a baby yarn. And it's 100% acrylic, very soft. And yeah, so I figured, it's going to be washable. He's 7. It probably doesn't have a very long life anyway because he is a rough and tumble 7. So yeah, and that's in my mustache bag that I made from fabric from downtown LA, and it has a pretty star and moon print gray. And the only thing I didn't like about this, I made this from a tutorial. I think it was a Missouri Star Quilt Company tutorial. And if I had broke out my serger, this would look a lot better. But the way this tutorial went, you end up with these raw edges, and I don't really like the bags to look like that on the inside. So my other ones don't. I did a different tutorial for that, so they're very clean on the inside. So that's that. And I think my last whip, is the cross stitch whip that I worked on, and you'll have to see the before and after. It's hard to see progress on these, but I did get a few rows in right down here on that. And this is the Dog's Love pattern that I'm making for my coworker. And if I can eventually get it done, it's going to look like that. Okay. So, and that, again, is being kept in a pouch that I got from the Container Store for $2. But I think they have these at Daiso for $1. So, there you go. So, that is all my whips. Now, for my FOs, which will lead right into stash, I made some stitch markers. So I'm gonna see if I can figure out how to show you guys these without making a complete mess. So I am also somebody who has made jewelry in the past. I slowed down with making it when my son was born because I'm just a messy crafter. And so when I'm doing my jewelry, I would drop beads all over the floor, and I just, in my brain, all I could think of was that he was going to put it in his mouth and be choking, and it would be all my fault. So I just completely stopped making jewelry when he was tiny, and so I got out of the habit, but I still had a lot of stuff. And so I made some stitch markers. And so here's the first one. If you could see that, it's a pretty bauble green. This one is similar. Pretty little, almost like a disco ball. Okay. Then I made this one. These are like made is kind of relative. I basically just put a split ring on them and then slipped them onto a earring holder. So I didn't really. I sort of made these. Bumblebee. So the turtle, I made this turtle. He's kind of heavy. So I won't use this as a progress keeper. This will just be a stitch marker that I would hang right on the needle. Sort of like the lips, because the lips were kind of heavy too, and I don't want them to drag down on anything that I've made. But look at this one. I know you guys have seen these. The yarn ball. It's cute. Here's the sheep that I made before. I think you've seen that. So with these ones, you literally could just take, like if you didn't want to use this earring thing, because I put them on the split rings. Now this one is, dropped it. It's really, 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 really small. But you could put it on a bigger split ring or jump ring and then just use this and hang it right on to your knitting needle. So you can use it as a progress keeper or as a stitch marker. Then this one, I believe I had started this one for sure as an earring, and I found just the dangly piece in my box. And so I said, oh, this will be a really cute sort of beachy stitch marker if I can make it stop moving. There you go. And then look at this. This is so cute. I love this one. Although I think it might be some copyright infringement on the people that I got this from. This charm from, because it says singer. I'm sure this singer doesn't know that they wrote that on there. That's a little sewing machine. Kind of cute. Another bauble that I know was a part of a jewelry component that I started and didn't end up using. I thought it would be a really cute stitch marker. Stop moving. Cute little glass bead. And then I had, oh, this is cute. See if I can keep this one from moving like crazy. It's hard to make them not move, but oh, I would manage to do with that. A teapot. So cute. And what else? You guys know I mentioned my love for butterflies. So there is another little lightweight butterfly marker. And I just whipped those out. I mean, that's it, I think, for all of them. But, so that's it. That's my only finished object stitch markers. So, but hopefully soon, because I'm making really good progress. And I'm hoping that the sock is going to be finished this week. So when I come back next week, let's hope. So, now I'm going to show you. I always go a little bit crazy. So look, this is all full of charms for stitch markers. So you guys, we need to do a swap because I have tons. Some of these are total fails though. I ordered them online and when I got them, they're way too big. Like this one. It's pretty, but dang, it's huge. I mean, when you compare it to like the yarn, the bumblebee. The bumblebee is fine. This thing is huge. Just maybe this could be a zipper pull. I'm not sure, but that's huge. But it's pretty. And then the other fail, I thought it was going to be a nice little red pump, but look at how big that is. Too big. Now, this actually is really lightweight because this one ended up being plastic. You must read the description, people, when you order things. I do not, obviously. So this one was a fail. Cute. Got to figure out something else to do with it, though. Maybe a zipper pull, huh? Okay. Then I got these little, I don't know if you get, see these, I'm going to try to hold it where you can see it. Elephant. That one is plastic, very lightweight. Then I got that little tab that says dance. Bumblebee you saw, sheep you saw the little dress. I think that's everything. Those are the ones I got. And I'll try to show you the little dress again because it's so cute. Look at that little dress. All right. So that's my stitch marker stash that I got. I just got a little bit of yarn. So I'm going to blame Brownberry. She is Hey Brownberry on Instagram and Brownberry on YouTube. She has a podcast and it's wonderful. But on Instagram, I think she's Hey Brownberry. And she posted a picture of her reverb shawl. And I was like, I'm going to make one. So I ordered some yarn from Knit Picks to make one. which is not going to get made for a little while. Not even. I tried to start casting it on, but it's a really different cast on that I never tried before, and so I tried millions of times. And it was late at night, and I was like, okay, not millions of times, but plenty of times, and it was too late. So I just said, let me put this down. But anyway, I looked on Ravelry, and people were making it all kinds of ways, and I decided that I wanted bright, vibrant colors on mine. And so I bought the Knit Picks Comfy Fingering, which is 75% Pima cotton and 25% acrylic. It's very soft. And I brought it in all these beautiful bright colors. So I have, oh my goodness, these colors have names online, but on here, doesn't look like it. Oh no, this is Semolina. It's like a yellow. This one is Hollyberry, like a red. Cannot see, this is bad. This is called Pea Pod, pretty green. This one is Cold Lilac, which is kind of dark for lilac, and you cannot see it, sorry. And the ball band is gone from this one. It's like a royally blue. So that is what I bought that for, and I'm keeping this in a bag that I purchased from I don't know. I'll link it though. Anyway, it's a cute little drawstring bag, and I'm keeping it in there. Final piece of stash. Okay, so I was watching the Inner Snit podcast, which is going to be in the notes, and Christy talked about this book that she just pulled out this book, and I can't remember now if she just got it or if she already had it, but it was basically a knitting textbook, and I was like, that's a book I should have. And it's a really, really thick book, so it's pretty, it's like about $40 brand new. But I found an older edition on Amazon, and it's called The Principles of Knitting, and it is The Principles of Knitting, Methods and Techniques of Hand Knitting by June Hemmons Hiat. And I got an older version used on YouTube, and it was $12.95. Has all the information that I'm gonna need to kind of like when I want to. It has all these different cast-ons and all these different, just a lot of advice. It's basically a knitting textbook, and so I'm excited to have it as a resource because I'm a basic knitter, I'm a basic crafter, and but in order to sharpen my skills, I thought that would be a great option. So that's everything. The only thing else I wanted to talk about is what is inspiring me this week. And honestly, the truth is, it's what is inspiring me today. And I discovered, right now, I don't know how I did it. I was on YouTube. And YouTube is always putting up those recommended videos. And somehow I came across a video by Elizabeth Gilbert, who wrote the book Eat, Pray, Love. And she has an amazing TED Talk about creativity and about just showing up. And, it's a great TED Talk. So look that up. Elizabeth Gilbert TED Talk about creativity. She's fabulous. The book was fabulous. I'm sure a lot of you guys read it, saw the movie. But in the process of this other video that popped up of hers, which was, just a kind of a random video, I ended up clicking on her name and seeing what other videos she had. Turns out she had a podcast last year called Magic Lessons, and she is based on it's born out of a book that she wrote that I need to look up really quickly because I didn't write that down. But the podcast is called Magic Lessons, and what she's done is basically she picked, I think, 5 women and who will feel stuck in their creativity, and she basically gave him a free coaching lesson on how to break out of it. And so far, I have listened to 6 of them. I accidentally listened to the last one after I listened to the first one. Um, but I'm glad I did, because the last one that she did in last year's series was with that awesome woman Brene Brown, who has done so much work on shame and how it affects us, and she has an incredible TED Talk or two that you really should check out. Um, but she is um, amazing. I'm sorry. Sorry for looking down. I can't figure out the name of this book. But anyway, I will link it down below, and I'll stop trying to look for it at this point. The podcast itself will also be linked. It is called Magic Lessons, and it's amazing to hear her speak to each of these 5 women. And they're each creating something different. One is a songwriter. A couple of them want to be write books, and I don't know what the other 2 are going to be about because I haven't gotten to them yet. But she gives them advice on how to break out and really get into their creativity. And so if you're a person like me who, has obviously a lot of creativity when it comes to just the arts and the crafts area, but also maybe even have a dream to want to write or to want to do something more, then this podcast will be really, really helpful to listen to, because she talks to the women, she gives them advice in one episode, and in the next episode, she brings on somebody who can speak to what those women are going through individually. So, for instance, she brought on Rob Bell to talk about to speak on one girl who felt stuck in a boring drudge of a job, And I don't know if you've heard of Rob Bell, but he's a pastor. He had a show for a minute, I think, on Oprah, but I knew him from a lot of his like spiritual work. But he gave great advice. Brene Brown gave great advice about going after your passions and all that stuff. And that stuff always speaks to me. And so, anyway, that is what's inspiring me this week. Please check it out. I'm going to link it down below. I'm sure if you can relate to me in any way, you would enjoy the video. So, anyway, I'm hoping that I'm going to post this. We'll see how this goes. I'm not sure how focused I was since I'm using the webcam, and I'm not sure if I'm to look at the screen or look at the camera. So anyway, hopefully this worked out. I know the lighting was not the best, but I wanted to do it really quickly, and it seems like I have accomplished that. So thank you so much, guys, for hanging with me. Thank you for being patient with me and bearing with all of this. And thank you for being interested enough to stick around. One more thing, I almost forgot one of the most incredible things that happened. I did mention Miss Marce, and she is Hey Brownberry on Instagram and Brownberry here on YouTube. And she just has encouraged my soul. She saw my podcast about my 100 days project, and she has decided, to support me. So she initiated this giveaway. Can you guys see that? Oh, come on. Focus. Okay. 100-day project # giveaway. Go Kim go. So what she's doing is for every project up to the amount of let me back up. She's gonna give me $5 for every finished object I complete in 100 days, up to $25 total. And on top of that, she's going to give one of my YouTube subscribers, the same thing. So isn't that awesome? We're going to have a giveaway for this. So please subscribe, share, give me a thumbs up, go over to my YouTube. Go over to my Ravelry page and join my group, and leave me some comments, guys. Give me some encouragement. I'm excited to keep going on this journey and get some things finished. I forgot to mention that one of my other projects that I did work on was a quilt. It's way too big for me to bring over here and try to get in all this. So follow me on Instagram at Pettis Kim and you will see a shot of it that I worked on because I'm putting up the picture every day. Anyway, thank you guys so much for joining me. Thank you so much for your encouragement. Thank you for all the likes. Thank you so much for all the comments. And thank you for subscribing. See you next time. Keep it crafty.